Good evening, everybody. It's Monday night, which means it's time to go wild. Welcome to the Time to Go Wild radio show on Halton Community Radio 92.3 FM. We're also live across the world on hcr923fm.com/listen and via TuneIn. If you want to contact the show, do so via social media, Facebook or twitter.com/TTGW radio. We have email, radio@widneswild.co.uk. We have the phone 01928 835 291 and text 07716 672 874. Start your message with TTGW or messages charged at your standard network rate. I hope you're all ready because it's time to go wild. Good evening, one and all. Welcome back. Episode 2, you could say. Series 3. We're still going. It's the Time to Go Wild radio show. We're here live on HCR 92.3 FM. And the season, pre-season is actually now underway. Well, you may have noticed live online already the highlights are up of last night's game out in Altrincham. So, I suppose I may as well do this. Yeah, we actually had a game last night. I did the wrong fader then. It was your YKK Widnes pre-season action away against the Altrincham Aces. And we actually got off to a bit of a flying start. Yes. First game, pre-season, dust the cobwebs off. Final score, Altrincham Aces 1, YKK Widnes 10. Of course, normally we'd have a fair few more results, but they will come as the season progresses. But after the game, we managed to get a few thoughts.
Well, the pre-season's begun, and the YKK Widnes Wild were on the road today against the Altrincham Aces, and I've caught up with one of our new goaltending members, that of former Bradford Bulldog, but now YKK Widnes Wild, Phil Pearson.
Hi.
So, Phil, bit of a change, different strip, new goals to look after, new team to look after. How do you feel?
Yeah, it's been strange, but training the lads, they've all been great. I think I've integrated well with the team, and they're all really friendly. I mean, there's a lot of new players anyway, so we kind of are starting afresh this year. But yeah, good start to the season, and we'll see how it goes.
I mean, you've been at the opposite side of the rink, as the visiting tender for a couple of years now, and so you know what to expect when you come to a Wild home game, but this time the crowd will be a bit more behind you.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, there are a lot of fans that go to the Wild home games, they do make a lot of noise, so sometimes it can be a little bit intimidating when you're the away team, but hopefully, as the home team, it'll be nice.
So, as a pre-season, your thoughts on today's game, how do you think it went?
Well, I think the score speaks for itself. I mean, 10-1, you can't argue with that. I mean, disappointed with the one goal, but it happens. I mean, there's a couple of things we want to iron out, but all in all, it's been a great start to the pre-season.
I mean, you only played half the game, so it is a bit strange sometimes, I think, coming on part way through a game for a tender.
Yeah, but they say you've got to prepare for every game as if you are the starter, no matter what's happening. You've got to always be ready to play. So warm-up's the same, your pre-game's the same, everything. Just got to focus and just think there is a chance you'll get on.
I mean, it must be strange sometimes when you get a decent amount of a view of the game from the bench, and then you come on and have it from the ice as well, so you can sort of potentially eye things up as well when you're sort of watching it from the bench in this kind of a game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a little bit different. It seems to be, I mean, you can kind of see what's going on, but you can't see everything. Like, as a goalie, you get the best view of the ice in your net. So sitting on the bench, there are things you will miss, but yeah, it does give you a good idea of what is going on, yeah.
I mean, on the ice, you've also got one of your former teammates with you.
Yeah, Ryan. I mean, he's had a good game today. Can't fault him. Some good back checking. So yeah, it's good to see.
So all in all, you feeling you got rid of some of the cobwebs, ready for next weekend?
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, we've got another 2 training sessions to blow some more cobwebs. Hopefully get everything a little bit tighter. And yeah, I'm looking forward to playing at home, and I hope the fans will enjoy what they see.
Well, I'll let you get ready to get home, and thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
So pre-season's underway, and I've caught up with YKK Widnes Wild's new head coach, Mike Clancy. And first of all, an apology for the late acknowledgement in last week's show, Mike.
No, that's fine. That's absolutely fine, mate.
It was such a packed show, and all of a sudden I was like, there's something I've forgotten to do. It was give you a big mention, but of course, welcome aboard, and I take it things have been coming together quite nicely.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been a good start to the season. I suppose training's been going really, really well with a good group of players that are working hard and really hard. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more from the team tonight. I think we switched off too early. Taking the lead that we did in the first period was really good. They were relentless. They were non-stop. We backed off too much in the second period where we could have really took it home. Third period became really, really bitty. But again, we picked it up. The biggest disappointment was obviously conceding with 8 seconds to go in a game. You don't switch off like that. But these are all good things that I can pick up and I can work with the team on.
Yeah, I mean, Phil Pearson was really like, 8 seconds. But, I mean, it was well taken by the Aces. They finally got a big chance on that power play, put a last rush in, a do-or-die moment, and anything can happen.
Yeah, I suppose if you look at it like that, they took that third period as a 1-0 win. It was the only goal of the period. So for themselves, I guess that's a big pickup leading into next weekend. But we'll come again.
I mean, it's nice seeing certain lines, some familiar faces on the same line, other lines, a bit of a mix-up. And then as the game went on, just making sure everyone's getting out there, getting a chance to find their feet.
Yeah, it was pointless as going PP in the third period and just using the special players. I just thought it was time to roll the lines and make sure everyone got good ice time, good 45 to 60 second shifts, and we just kept going.
I mean, it was nice to see both netminders getting plenty of ice time as well. I mean, you can understand it's a pre-season game, so a 50-50 split, and I take it probably similar thing next weekend.
Yeah, similar again, 50-50 split. I think they need to play, and it's good to see how they react coming off the bench too. So I want to know where we sit with people that can and can't.
Yeah, I mean, it is a tough thing, particularly with goaltenders. They spend so much time on the bench, and there's times when they get called on short notice, so it's a big psychological thing as well.
Yeah, it gives us a chance to see the different goalies play. I like to get them to and encourage them to play the puck. So games like this, we didn't see a great deal of it, so it gives me a good time to talk to them about where I want them, what I want them to do, and how to take it forward.
I mean, moving forward, of course, it's going to be a busy season, a big season, and not only have we got the D2 League, we've got the Midland Cup playing against some D1 teams who, one that comes to mind of that of Solihull have always been a big challenge against Widnes, and they've been big competitive games. How do you see those sort of panning out?
Yeah, if the team continue to buy into what we're setting down, quick shifts, good hard session, give us everything they've got, quick line changes, and buy into the plan, I think we'll do really well. But it is about the team buying into it.
It's a long season ahead, but plenty to look forward to. Final message for all the fans?
Yep, let's hope to see you all down at the Hive next week, and we'll take it from there.
Well, thanks very much for joining me, and we'll catch you again very soon.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Well, there you go. Interviews are back. Nice to catch up with Phil Pearson. Many of us are like, ooh, crumbs, we've lost Matt Croyle, but no, Phil's stepped in. And, of course, we've got Jonah Armstrong as well. Both goalies had a good bit of ice time last night, roughly 50-50 split. And poor Phil, he was absolutely mortified when the Aces got that one goal, 8 seconds left on the clock. But, it was a well-taken goal by the Aces. So, everything's dusted down. The guys are back on the ice. And we have guests in the studio. First up, a familiar voice to our Time to Go Wild listeners, that of Andy Winchley. Hi, Andy.
Hiya, mate. It's a worrying voice.
It's
Should
not.
There be people running for the volume now.
Oh, no, not at all. Have you had a good summer?
Yeah, very busy, mate, doing my other job.
Yes.
And sort of keeping busy with that, and Sunday's off now, so just trying to keep myself going until hockey season starts, and then obviously it starts yesterday, and I'm working my other job, so I missed everything yesterday.
Well, you said it was a wee bit warm for one of your colleagues at the weekend.
Yeah, we were messing around at the race circuit in some very hot race cars, so it was a bit of a hectic day yesterday.
Yeah, well, I hope he's feeling okay after his moment.
Yeah,
You've been a bit under the weather, apparently.
Just very, very hot, mate.
Very, very hot.
Yeah.
And, well, we have another guest with us. I think we'll let you introduce our other guest.
Well, as you know, last year I was doing some work with Halton Haven and the club were, and supporting them, and obviously new season, and we've brought in a new charity. So tonight, I think she's very worried about it, looking at it, to be honest. We've dragged Kelly in from our new charity, Stick and Step. So, hi, Kelly.
Hi everybody.
Yes, Kelly Marks, you're the community fundraiser. Is that your actual title, or is it a bit more to it than that?
No, that is my actual title, yeah, community fundraiser.
So, just give us a little general thing about who Stick and Step are as a charity.
Okay, so Stick and Step are a charity that's based in Runcorn, and we also have a centre in Wallasey, and we support children with cerebral palsy. We provide children at our centres with something called conductive education, which is a way of supporting children through a holistic approach of enabling and inspiring the children to reach their full potential.
Yeah, I mean, cerebral palsy is a very it's quite well known out there, but I mean, is this a bit more of the specifics about how the condition affects people? I mean,
okay, yeah. So cerebral palsy is kind of quite a big umbrella, and every person with cerebral palsy will be affected differently depending on what part of their brain has been affected. So there is some children out there who would possibly just walk, but may just walk a little bit with a different movement down one side, or there is some children that are quite severe with cerebral palsy who will probably never walk. But what we do is we work with the children that come to our centres and enable them to reach their own personal goals. And that could be just being able to pick up a spoon or pick up a cup to take a drink. That's massive milestones for the children who attend.
I mean, I've seen a couple of statistics. It says can affect about 1 in every 400, which it sounds a big number, but actually it's quite a significant number of people, isn't it?
It is quite a significant amount of children that are affected with cerebral palsy. Yeah, definitely. Especially when you think about how many children are born on a daily basis. You know, that's quite a high number.
I mean, and hopefully as part of this partnership between the YKK Widnes Wild and Stick and Step, they'll be coming over and seeing games and getting a bit of an extra experience at the rink.
Absolutely. I've got lots of children who are already very excited about coming down. It's a real great opportunity that Widnes Wild have decided to choose us as their charity to support, and we're really excited about the year ahead. It's great for us, as we've not been in Runcorn for very long. We've only been here just over 2 years. So to get the acknowledgement from yourselves and to be enable us to come to the ice rink and show awareness to everybody about who we are and what we do is a really great opportunity. So we're very thankful.
It is.
As well, through last year, we started ramping up and we were doing some events, so I and a couple of others were on Tough Mudder. We had the Firewalk, the Christmas Day Skates. Some of the guys
some of the guys did the Santa Dash as well.
The infamous Santa Dash with Booker attacking the Mayoress.
Oh, that was priceless. That.
Yeah, not when you're the one who organised them to be there and watched him headbutt her.
I think she took it in the right way.
So we're just looking again this year to ramp it up, do even more. So there's already some ideas flying about, and certain things have been mentioned. Not going to drop names, but one of the Shuts has said they want to do a sponsored skydive already and things like that. So we're already kicking about some ideas in the background. Obviously, once the season gets underway, we can really sort of kick on and get some stuff doing, so we can get the volunteers involved, the team involved, fans involved again this year, and even more so than we did last year.
Yeah, I mean, looking through the portfolio of things for Stick and Step, I mean, it's an unusual name. Did you know how the name came about?
Yes, I do actually. So Stick and Step, we are called Stick and Step because one of the ways in which the children are taught to walk through the conductive education is by using tripod sticks. and how what you'll hear down the corridors of both our centres is the conductors and the classroom staff saying stick and step. So the children would put the stick out first, then they take their step. That's why we're stick and step.
There you go.
So that's what it is, yes. So
very clever name to come up with. I mean, it is at times. I mean, one of the things a lot of people ask, particularly a feature within Planet Ice Widnes, is the way in which the layout of the rink is and the way the boards are set out. I mean, unfortunately, trying to fully circumnavigate for people who have mobility difficulties is tricky because of the way the stands are built, but you can still get around all of the rink in a way. And we've got a viewing area for people with wheelchair access and the likes. But a unique feature that a lot of people wonder about is the fact that where the benches are and where the sin bin is, there's actually where normally you see the boards which run from the kickboard, how can you call it? The skirting,
yes,
or the kickboard, all the way up to the rail. But at Widnes and some other newer rinks, they have a half-height plexiglass at the sin bin and the benches, and it works in two ways, because a lot of the kids, because of their height, they're trying to peer over, they can look through the plexi, but also for people with, often for likes of para or sledge or para ice hockey, because they're low down, they can see through. So it's a way in which things are adapted within ice rinks for different abilities. I mean, our chairman has spina bifida, and so he's been involved with para ice hockey as a Paralympian as well, and things like that are very much thought of, particularly in this day and age, regarding buildings as well and for access. So, I mean, it must be a very tricky thing as well for a lot of the people with cerebral palsy to make sure that everything is accessible.
Yeah, it does cause some issues when buildings aren't accessible and activities aren't accessible for the children who attend. I know there is quite a lot of work going on around the area at the moment for changing places as well, because that's a big thing. So it might be fine for the children to get into the activity centre or take part, but then if they need the toilet or they need changing, that's a whole new problem that we're finding. But I do know that some of our children have actually been down and been on the ice in their chairs, which they've thoroughly enjoyed. So the fact that that's accessible for them and they can go on the ice is amazing, really.
Yeah, I mean, it must be such a big thrill as well. In some ways, they can be out there with their friends, enjoying themselves, without feeling as though they've had to have something special done for them.
Absolutely, and that's what we also do at Stick and Step. So the children who attend our centre attend once a week. We have 97 children across the two centres that come for sessions on a weekly basis, and the children that come to the sessions are generally that only child in the classroom setting who has got cerebral palsy or is in a chair. So when they come to us, they're amongst their friends, and that's a really nice feeling for them. So it's not a special thing for them, but they're together and they become like special friends. So that's really good.
Yeah, I mean, actually, on my travels around the rink, one thing I have actually noticed is we do actually have special facilities in one of the toilets where there's hoist and extra
amazing.
Special spaces available, and we've got lift access up onto the mezzanine level. So there's wherever possible, there has been a lot of facilities put in place for for abilities to be catered for, which is a lot of, as you say, new buildings. It's very easy to do, but in older buildings, it is a real problem, and they do their best. But it's a case of what can be done is done where it can be, and it removes the badge.
Absolutely, and that's just what they want to be removed, so they can get out and about and join in and do the things they want to do.
Yeah.
So that's really
I'm
good.
just more worried I've spent the whole of last season sat in that penalty box and didn't realise the glass was lower. I've only just twigged now as you've mentioned it.
Yes. Well, yeah, it's when you're sat there twiddling your thumbs and someone can actually see it from the opposite side of the ring and you can see through the plexiglass.
Yeah,
if
well,
you happen to be
normally
sat
breaking
down.
up fights or trying to calm players down with sweets.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the sweeties is the usual one. I'll have a tale about the sweeties in a minute, but I think it's time for a little break. I'm actually going to change the song I was going to play because, of course,
thank God.
in honour of, I might play it later, but in honour of last night, normally things can get a bit lively with the Altrincham Aces and the YKK Widnes Wild. It wasn't that kind of a game, but you never know. Though it was Sunday, sometimes there's a game on a Saturday, and hockey, well, it can get a bit rough. Let's have a little bit of not the Elton John version, but Kid Rock and Nickelback. Saturday night's all right for fighting. And the music means announcements are coming. Ah yes, player announcements, but not the usual set of player announcements. Of course, our most recent announcement was that of defenceman Dan Bracegirdle returning for another year. I'd love to have Bracey back. And he was not looking at a place with the rest of the squad this weekend. So, at the moment, no new fresh faces to be announced for the YKK Widnes Wild. However, if you've been keeping your eyes and ears open on social media, the YKK Widnes Wild women's team, on the other hand, have announced several players officially with some nice photographs. So we now have confirmed Philippa Wheeler, sponsored by Archer Tiling, Steph Drinkwater, sponsored by Martin Naden, Vanessa Crickmore-Clark, Emma Pearson, sponsored by CrossFit Widnes, and Sav Sumner, sponsored by G Sumner Property. So yes, they're the first official names announced for the YKK Widnes Wild women. If you're looking for any more details, check out widneswild.co.uk, and there's plenty of information about the Widnes Wild women and the sponsorship opportunities. If you want to get in touch, contact Kat Garner. I won't give out the phone number, it is on the website, but it's Catherine Garner at Catherine spelled Kathryn Garner, Garner 123 at hotmail.co.uk if you're interested in a sponsorship package with the YKK Widnes Wild women this year. And they will be taking part in the WNIHL Division 1 this coming season. So we look forward to bringing you some more announcements from them over the coming weeks. Ooh. Are you now? Crumbs, it's hour already. A few of our usual public service announcements for the YKK Widnes Wild. Of course, the YKK Wild can be contacted through Facebook and twitter.com/Widnes Wild, or change it to TTGW Radio for the radio show. Email if you want to contact the show, radio@widneswild.co.uk. Our phone number while on air is 01928 835 291, but it's better to text 07716 672 874. That comes direct to a little text receiving device, which means I'll get them throughout the week. Or you can use 60066, start your message with HCR, and they'll come onto the computer screen, and I pick them up during the show. In both cases, it's charged at your standard rates. If you use the 07716 672 874, it's just like a normal text number. We also have our Instagram page, instagram.com/WidnesWildOfficial. Yes, make sure it's Widnes Wild Official. And a big shout out, of course, to all of our sponsors this year. Headline sponsor YKK, penalty box sponsor the Sepsis Trust, Sprakes and Son of Widnes, DMH Tyres, CL Woodworking, Blast and Paint Stripping, and of course our special guests in the studio this evening, Stick and Step, who are the chosen charity of the YKK Widnes Wild. And don't forget, of course, check out widneswild.co.uk for all of your information about the team, including own and loan shirts. Right then, we've got some up-and-coming fixtures. What have we got coming up, guys?
So Sunday, 1st of September, it's Widnes Wild at Altrincham Aces, 5:30 face-off. That's a pre-season game. Saturday the 7th, Blackburn Hawks 1 against Widnes Wild. We don't have a face-off time yet. Again, pre-season. Following night on the 8th, the reverse fixture, Widnes Wild, Blackburn Hawks 1. Again, 5:30 face-off. And then we get to the big one. It's the first league game on the 15th of September. Starting at home to Sheffield Senators. Again, 5:30, and that's where Stick and Step are coming for the first game as well. 22nd of September, Blackburn Hawks 1 in the Midland Cup. Again, we're playing away, but we've not got face-off time yet. 28th, Sheffield Senators, again in the league. Widnes Wild away, and we've not got time yet. No one's actually got around to sorting them. And on the 29th, we've got Widnes Wild again in the Cup at home to Nottingham Lions. 5:30 face-off, and that will be a good game, that one.
Yeah, that should be. We've had some cracking games against the Nottingham Lions in the past. If you do want to check out the face-off time, seeing that I haven't actually had a chance to update it, if you go to eiha.co.uk and click on the teams tab, leagues tab, you can access the leagues there, and a lot of the fixtures live details are available for face-off times for the road games. Just looking currently on fixtures live, actually we can say the Blackburn Hawks game on the 7th is at 5:30. The game on the 22nd of September is apparently 6 o'clock face-off in Blackburn, and the game against Sheffield in Sheffield on the 28th is at 3:30. But just check out fixtures live and also the Widnes Wild website. But of course there'll be messages going out throughout the week to build up for said games. Additionally, own and loan shirts. If you want an own and loan shirt, get them through widnesworld.co.uk. The actual game shirts are £80 if I'm not mistaken, and the warm-up ones are £60. And if I counted right, there's only about 14 shirts left available on the grid. We've got Dan Bracegirdle's away shirt, Peter Toth's away shirt, Ryan Kemp's home shirt, Charlie Ratcliffe away and warm up, Jonah Armstrong away and warm up, MJ Clancy's warm up, Tom McDonald's home and warm up, Tom Ratcliffe away, Matt Tarpey, all three are available, and apparently there's also Pucker. Pucker's got an away shirt available. So yes, this weekend, if I read my messages that are coming through, is this Sunday. Big one this Sunday. And I know many of our devoted fans will want to make sure that they are there for it. Big announcement. The retirement of the number 7 shirt this Sunday. Ollie Barron will be along as we raise the number 7 shirt to the rafters in honour of Ollie's hard work with the Wild over the last 3 years. And to say it's an achievement and a half, Andy, 3 years and 4 trophies.
Yeah, it's one of them horrible nights, isn't it, where it's a really nice thing, but it's such a sad thing at the same time. So, just hopefully the fans will be down there and appreciate what he's actually done for us over the last few years. And like we said, the amount of trophies now we've had the last few years and the way in which we've gone, and the fact that we kind of, in a selfish way, we're just used to winning now. Yeah.
I mean,
it's in big part to him.
We've been spoiled, really, really. I mean, as somebody this is my 21st year with hockey, 16th year behind the camera. Can I believe it? When I started filming, I never thought I'd still be filming after 16 seasons. And I've seen a lot of drama, and I've been around and seen a lot of different things happen. And Ollie came in partway through the summer of his first season in charge. Had to part of the squad was built the rest of the squad, mished and mashed it all together, and we had a cracking season. We got a playoff trophy. Everyone was over the moon. Next year they came back, just missed out on a league title, got another playoff trophy in dramatic style. I still have nightmares about that semi-final. To this day, I have nightmares about that semi-final against Hull.
It's the first time I've seen you turn your back on a game.
Yep. Yep, guilty as charged. The first time in 20 years I could not watch a penalty shootout in an ice hockey match. And I say it time and time again, you're probably all sick of me saying it, but yeah, I have never been so nervous at a hockey match. It was terrifying. And then last year, again,
swept the board.
League title, playoff title, and yeah, it was sad to lose a number of the guys. But, I mean, thank you to everybody who's been part of the Wild, and where they've gone to pastures new or they've retired or for whatever reason they're not able to be part of the squad. We do thank them for all their efforts, and all the fans do. Of course, it's a big honour to have your shirt retired. The first one up was Greg Ruxton.
This is it. It's only the second one, isn't it?
But it's our 7th year. We're 7 years old this year. Our 7th season. So it's...
And I remember in them early days when we were sat there trying to work out how many games we've got left. Can we even make playoffs? Are we going to do it? And
yeah,
and then compare that to the last 2-3 years.
In that first season, we had an interesting first half of the season up to Christmas, and Mark Gillingham reshaped the squad massively. A few players changed. I mean, it was such an unknown quantity in many ways for Widnes as a venue for hockey. It was new, and players just got signed up. People didn't know what they were going to expect, be it as players, never mind support base. And at the end of 6 years, to see what we've built is a testament to everybody on and off the ice, and the fans and friends of everybody who comes along each week.
I think one of the nice daft things is when 5-6 years ago, the one game when the fixtures came out we all looked for from Widnes' point of view was Solihull, when they were on their massive runs of wins and no one could touch them, and we always give them a really good game. And it's now turned around so much that we are the Solihull, everyone else is looking, and we're the game they all want.
Yeah,
and it's such a swing now.
And we get to face the Solihull Barons, our old foe, this year in the Midland Cup.
Can't wait, it's going to be good.
Yeah, I mean, of all the teams in those years when Solihull were in the league, you know, the Wild against the Barons was a game that was generally never usually a blowout. It was generally a tight game, home and away. So I think everyone's looking forward to seeing some new teams and some old faces as well, from teams who've switched leagues and moved around a bit this coming year. Well, what else have we got to cover? We've got about 20 minutes to the top of the hour. I'm just checking my messages. Probably forgotten to read one out. Bit more on Stick and Step. So, in terms of your involvement within Stick and Step there, Kelly, what sort of things does your general involvement take part in, or your involvement involve?
Well, my involvement could be anything that's thrown at me, if I'm honest.
Like coming on here.
As community fundraiser, you just have to get out there and let people know who you are and what you do. Last week I did Dino-tastic Day in the shopping city, so we had lots of dinosaur fun and games and things. And it could be that, or I could be in the pouring rain, standing collecting money at various different places. But I also have to get out there and speak to companies and people like yourselves, show you what we do and try and get you involved with us, which luckily, you know, you've been to the centre, Andy, and I know that a few other people have been to the centre and seen it for their own in their own eyes to see what goes on and things. So yeah, my role is very varied, if I'm honest, but I actually love it, and getting the opportunity to go out and talk to people about something that I'm very passionate about, as I know what the charity does for children and their families firsthand. So I really love the opportunity of getting out there and telling everybody.
Yeah, because one thing as well, I think it was Mikey Gilbert originally who got in contact with Stick and Step, and then I've come on board as well, and we're trying to sort through. But the one thing that got me, and I'm sure Kelly's got the figures there, is the cost involved of keeping this running. It's absolutely horrendous for someone who doesn't get any, you know, sort of like government funding or anything like that. It's absolutely bonkers, the money.
Yeah, it is quite bonkers. I mean, we have to find £4,500 a year for each child, and we have 97 children.
Wow.
That's how we that's a lot of money we have to find to keep these children coming for these essential sessions that they actually get with us. Without these sessions, their chances and their improvement and ability to do things would be very, very different. I think you'll find if you spoke to any of our families, they would not be without Stick and Step. So there is a lot of work, and we are a very small team. There is only 4 of us on the fundraising team. We have to get out there and hope that the people that come to your fans and people involved at Widnes Well, which I've heard so much about tonight and through other conversations I've had, I can't actually wait to come down to your game and meet these people and see if we can get everybody involved in some great activities, from abseiling to running to swimming, or even just making your cakes, doing your cake sale at your school. You know, all helps us as a charity, no matter how big or small you people raise money for us.
I mean, organisations like Stick and Step, I mean, there's a lot of support from, I'll say there's support mechanisms out there, but they can be very hard to get into the home, and there's a lot of stress on families, and organisations such as Stick and Step take... So I said they would take an amount of pressure in some ways off a family and just give them a bit of a breathing room. Yeah,
absolutely. I would describe it from a personal level, because I do know it from when it first started 16 years ago. And I've said this to a couple of our parents, that I see us as that little bit of a big set of warm arms that just come around you and say, you know what? You're not on your own, and we're here to support you. So however much we support the children, we are there for the families as well, and siblings. And it's a really great place and a happy place to work. But we just need to get people to come on board and support us the way that you are. If you want to know more about Stick and Step, obviously you can go on our Stick and Step, www.stickandstep.org. Also, there is a link on the Widnes Well page, I believe, which gives you some more information. And if anybody wants to take part in any events, please do get in contact with us at info@stickandstep.org.
And obviously there's events come up through the year as well. We'll be putting them out through Wild Facebook, Wild Twitter. Make sure everyone knows.
And here on Time to Go Wild Radio as well, yes. We'll make sure they get exposure. Of course, I mean, it's one of these things where, you know, it is a shame that charities such as Stick and Step have to be around to support the kids, but in many ways, when you see just how much joy these kids get from the activities that people such as yourself put together, I mean, it must be very emotional for yourself and for everyone involved.
It's a very emotional place to work, but we have so many highs. I go to work in the morning and I walk in with a smile, and I walk back out at the end of the day with a smile. When a little girl who got told she'd never walk took her first steps into the centre and put her arms around me, that was a moment that I will cherish forever. But it's the classroom staff and the conductors. They work so hard in the classroom with those children. It's amazing what they do, and it is a rewarding job, and it's a very hard job for the classroom staff. It's very hands-on, but it's also all parts of the charity. We all have our own role to play, and without those different roles, it wouldn't work. So we are just, it's a great place to work. It's a happy place to work, and the children thoroughly enjoy coming.
I mean, it is a hard thing. I mean, this day and age, as you said, with the education, trying to integrate people into mainstream can be very difficult, and having places that can give that extra support is priceless in many ways.
Absolutely. A lot of our children attend mainstream school, and we've got a good group of girls that are going up to high school this September, so it's another massive change for them. We are very lucky in the fact that mainstream schools allow the children to come out in school time to the sessions, because they know how much they need it, and they need to come, and what they get from it. And we also, now the children are going to high school, we are looking at doing a twilight session, so it means means that they're not missing out on their education, because we know how that's so important, especially in that first year, because there's so many different changes. So, yeah, it's a great place for them to come every single week. They know they're coming every week. They know the routine, and it's just a really... I'm smiling here. If you can see me now, I'm just smiling because...
the smile is ear to ear.
I just smile so much when I talk about it, and the children that come have all got their own brilliant personalities, and I think Stick and Step just brings out the best in every single child that comes through our doors.
I mean, the way the guys are on the ice, they have this team bonding, and you can tell by the way they play and the way the teams are on the ice and team sports, and they take it, the people, not just the staff, but also the people that come along and attend the sessions at Stick and Step, develop a big family bond. Absolutely,
we do, and we have our families, and they will all take part in doing some kind of fundraising across the year for us, because we don't charge the children to come to the centre, and that's why we have to seek out so much funding from grants and other opportunities. So we are really lucky to have a really great group of parents who are happy to take part in events for us and do things. So, but like you say, it's the same with yourselves. You're a big group of people that have come together, but you've all got your own roles. But without you all doing your own roles, it wouldn't work. And it's exactly the same. And I think we can see that from when we've spoken.
Yeah, I mean, and for those people who are wondering about the colour of our warm-up shirts this year,
yes,
the blue colour is because...
It's because blue is Stick and Step's colours. So, yes, you do have me to possibly blame for that.
I said I actually like that kit.
Yeah, I think I'm yet to see it for real, but it does look really nice, actually, the colour. So, and the design this year with the sort of the star, the shooting star across the bottom, I think it looked really nice across all of them.
We've not robbed that from football, are we? We're not having our first star for our first league title.
I don't think so. Take that up with the club chairman, Matt.
Going forward, we'll just fill it with stars.
But I mean, it is, everyone out there, it is going to be a busy season for everybody involved with hockey, of course. Not forgetting another part of our hockey family. We've had the rec hockey going on over the summer months, but this year is big for our juniors. Another big year. Last year we had under 9s, we had under 11s, we had under 9s, 11s, and 15s. 9s, 13s, and 15s. Sorry, get me numbers right. It was under 9s, under 13s, and under 15s. The reason I got confused there was we had some players from the 9s playing 13s. Yeah, kids who were playing under 9s hockey, playing up to under 13s hockey.
Yeah, that would get confusing.
And a couple of the kids in question, they stood their ground. They played really well. I must admit, they didn't look too out of place. But this year, it's almost a full set. Under 9s for cross ice, under 11s, under 13s, under 15s, and under 18s teams playing out of Planet Ice Widnes for our junior development system. So yes, it's gone from strength to strength this year.
And it's proved it's worked with the first ones coming through to the main team as well.
Yeah, and long may it continue. And we do wish everybody involved in our junior development, and again, sponsors, family, friends, and from a sort of personal standpoint, and a big thank you to all of the parents of all the other teams involved in the junior development who travel around the country, up and down, all kinds of strange hours. As what was it? One parent said, "It's not a case of I don't support hockey. I do fund it, though." And it's for the parents. It is part of life, be it in whichever sport they're looking after the kids, to travel around the country in a lot of situations to get the kids to do something that they enjoy. And it is tough. I mean, and with hockey, you can be sat in some pretty cold ice rinks. And we had to try and make it a bit of a party at Widnes. And last year was one of the party moments of my entire times at the game against Nottingham under 13s. And that moment of everybody on the ice, on the benches, and in the stands dancing YMCA still lives with me. So I'm hoping for a bit more this year.
Well, when we're at the games, normally I stand next to Shutty and he's dancing every week anyway, so that's no difference for me. There's always one random person dancing when I'm about.
So it's we do our best to get an atmosphere going, and hopefully there's going to be a few bonuses to build things up for this coming year. We've already had the new promo video. Hopefully the new intro videos going to be going up on the screen this weekend with maybe a few extra surprises. We'll see.
I believe there's one or two.
But it's and also for the YKK Widnes Wild, we have, of course, 2 competitions that we're taking part in. There's the Midland Cup, which is Nottingham,
Barons,
Solihull Barons,
and Blackburn Hawks.
That's it, and ourselves in that group. So Blackburn Hawks won, and there's potentially some familiar faces playing for Blackburn Hawks 1 this year. So when we get some confirmation, we might let you know, or you might just have to find out for yourselves in a couple of weeks' time when we're up in Blackburn. You never know. It's such a small world at times, is ice hockey. You never know who you're going to bump into at a game. As you found out, haven't you, Andy? To your connections as people.
Oh, with Stick and Step.
And Stick and Step.
So in my other role, we're working in motorsport. It turns out one of Stick and Step staff I've actually known for years and didn't realise that's where they were until about 3 days ago when we were talking in the pit lane over the weekend.
It's a small world after all. Andy, what anything in particular you're looking forward to this coming season? Any particular game? I mean, you said you're looking forward to Solihull.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be good to be back playing against them. I'm just looking for, main one, just get back to it. You know, it's very boring Sunday nights at the minute. And obviously looking forward to seeing what we can come up with Stick and Step, because I want to try and top things like the firewalk and things from last year. So we're looking to do something a bit stupid. And I'm just looking forward to seeing the new guys in as well. You know, I think there's some really good players there.
This weekend's game, I mean, just looking at the team sheet and the way in which everything was spread out, some of the new lineups that were put together, but you know, the actual statistics: Ryan Kemp 1 goal, Ken Armstrong 2 goals 1 assist, Danny Bullock 1 goal 3 assists, Jakub Hadjek 5 assists, Lee Kemp 2 assists, Mikey Gilbert 1 assist, Dan Fay, Bears on 1 assist each.
The thing I'm most
Tom Ratcliffe 1 goal. Now it's actually Matt Tarpey, if I'm not mistaken. 68, is it Matt? It is Matt Tarpey, isn't it? Playing 68.
I'll try and find it for you.
Yeah, it is Matt.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Matt Tarpey. 2 goals, 1 assist. TJ, Tom Jackson 1 assist. Mikhail Novak 3 goals and an assist, and Sean Dipnell 2 assists. Really spreading the points around. I
just wanted to say it was nice to see Ratty straight back in where he left off last time he played for Widnes, straight back into the penalty box.
I think one of the penalties was rather harsh, but...
Well, I have said I'm going to rename it the Tom Ratcliffe Suite. So,
so Ratty, you've been warned. Try and be on your best behaviour this weekend. Now, I do feel one of the penalties was a bit harsh on him, but... Now, everyone was playing a good shift, everyone was skating well, and both goaltenders didn't look out of place at all. So, and we had the new home strip on, the new yellow home strip, so it looked really nice. Aces had quite a retro away, third shirt. It looked actually quite nice.
Very. I've not really noticed that, but now as you've said it, it was very sort of late 70s, early 80s-ish.
Yes, it's done in a retro style, so it's the word Aces. It's got their logo as more of a shoulder patch, but just the word Aces in a very retro style that they would have had back in the day.
Oh.
So yeah, it did look really good actually. I quite like it. It's different when you see the different jerseys. So, but of course, if you want to see the design of this year's shirts, they're on our Own and Loan page. Last quick shout out while I remember. Don't forget, Widnes Wild's YouTube page needs you to like it. So don't forget all the videos of the games won't go online, they go onto YouTube, and of course the podcast of this show will be going onto YouTube as well. So check out the Widnes Wild's own YouTube page, give it a like, give it a mark, and let's get those subscribers up. Well, last 5 minutes, let's round things up. Kelly, what other hobbies do you like?
Oh, well, for me, I am a dance mum. So that means that I have to travel up and down the country at silly o'clock in the morning and get home very late. So I know how some of those parents that you were talking about before feel. I do fund the dancing.
Oh, well, yeah. So, yeah, it's not just getting there, it's the costumes as well.
Exactly, yeah, it totally is. But, you know, you have to get them involved in something that they really enjoy. So, apart from that, I kind of, in my own free time, I'm always just looking for the next opportunity for us, really, as thick and step. And I just love spending time with my family and friends, really, and that's it. But I do believe that I may be taking up a new hobby, and that is a Widnes Wild.
Sunday nights are going to be getting busy.
Definitely. I think Sunday night I know where I'm going to be, at the Hive. So there
good.
You go.
Andy, you're just looking forward to the new season?
I've just sat all summer twiddling thumbs, matey. I'm ready to just get going now. And
twiddling thumbs, I think you've been in fast cars as well.
Yeah, but I try and keep that side quiet and out of the way, mate. People get very jealous of what I do over the weekend, so.
I've seen some of the pictures you get and some of the people you meet, and it's like,
Yeah, I have a very rare job where I just get to play in fast cars every weekend
and you've met some very, very famous people. It's a shame one of them in particular who doesn't like being on the water. Next time if you do bump into him again, see if you can coerce him to, next time he's in the area, to come to a game.
Oh, there's one that we were trying to get last year. He's definitely coming this season.
No spoilers yet, but watch this space, I think. Well, that's it for another week. Ironically, I'm not back on Thursday. I'm having a week off. So this Thursday, no Box of Delights. But I'll be back, all being well, hopefully come hell or high water, next Monday with more Time to Go Wild radio here on HCR 92.3 FM, and a roundup of the weekend's games, a few more news, views and signings, and anything else that's been going on. Well, we shall sign off. I've got a little bit of Pointer Sisters, and I think this one's quite apt. I'm so excited because now the season's started to play us out. Kelly, thank you very much for coming in.
I know, thank you for inviting me.
Andy?
Thank you.
Yeah, just did the cobwebs off. We're back at it.
So, for another week, it's time to wish you all a good week. Keep yourselves with the factor 50. It could be a warm one, it could be a wet one. Who knows what the weather's going to bring? But don't forget, this Sunday, get yourselves down to Planet Ice Widnes. It's the YKK Widnes Wild taking on the Altrincham Aces in another pre-season. But it's time to dust off the old vocal cords and get loud and proud for the guys. And wherever your hockey's taking place, go there, enjoy it. From Time to Go Wild Radio for another week, take care of yourselves. Till next week, ta-ra.